Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT. We are here once more from the Hammerstein Ballroom to deliver you another great night of action involving one of the fastest rising brands within this universe. Tonight here in New York, the crowd are in for a treat because not only do they have a title match, but they have the man himself, the NXT champion, here tonight as well. But before we get to talking about Okada, let's talk about that main event, NXT Global Championship, up for grabs in our main event as Kurt Angle will defend his championship against Tyler Bate one-on-one. Bate's a victory last week over Cedric Alexander, impressive enough to the extent that Kurt Angle wanted to give Bate the shot at his title, wanted him to prove himself and wanted him to stand out and see if Bate could take the title from Angle. We're in for a great main event there, and you know we're going to be celebrating that one up and down. I think just watching that match, it is bound to be absolutely incredible. And then of course, as I stated, coming up after that, we will be hearing from the NXT champion Kazuchika Okada. He only just defended his NXT championship a few weeks ago against Corin, but now Okada is time to celebrate, and it's time for Okada to talk about what will happen heading into TakeOver just 3 weeks from now, or 4 weeks from now, even one of the two. It's probably 4. But before we get to all of that, we're going to kick things off as Bret the Hitman Hart is in one-on-one action. Well, NXT is getting its moniker as the kind of the developmental / fourth brand underway in its own way, and how it knows, bringing in the newest talents from around the globe, bringing in the hottest names there are, and they have done it again here tonight apparently. Last week it was Kairi Sane. Tonight it is going to be another big name talent making his debut on NXT, and Bret the Hitman Hart, the former global champion, will welcome him in to this one. Bret, of course, who has not been happy with his performance as of late, not been happy with how he's been treated ever since he lost the NXT Global Championship back at episode 200 in the old in 2K17. But Bret looking to try and bounce things around here, try and change things up here tonight, try and make them for the better by going over this new talent, whoever it may be. And we are being revealed who it is right now. Lio Rush has finally arrived and has made touchdown within this universe. Was wondering when the kid would sign. There was a great deal of hype surrounding him, and there was a great deal of support surrounding him as well. And it's NXT who has made the first move on this young talent. What a young, genuinely, perhaps one of the future names of wrestling. You look at the likes of people, you look at the young names out there who are making a name for themselves. You've got your Tyler Bates in the main event, of course. You've got the likes of Adam Cole, who's still young. Alright, maybe he's a little bit older than the other guys, but you get my point. You have these youngsters tearing up the divisions. You have these youngsters making names for themselves, and Lio Rush is going to add himself into that. And he's going to do it by going one-on-one with the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be here tonight in his debut. And what a tough debut it is going to be as well, to take on someone of the caliber of Bret the Hitman Hart, the first ever global champion within this universe, and Bret reminding Lio Rush of how things work around here. Cheap shot to start things off, and doubly face buster there by Lio Rush. Very nicely done, and already Bret Hart is taking a moment to recover in this one. What a great debut this would be if he could defeat Bret Hart in one-on-one action. Seeing the Tyler Bate challenger for the Global Championship here tonight. Kurt Angle has a tendency to want to defend that championship every so often outside of takeovers. But for all we know, Lio Rush could be the one next in line if he's able to get the win here tonight. Quick cover by Bret, but it's kicked out right away by Lio Rush. What should be a great night of action. We've got another debut coming up for you later on tonight. We've got one of the members of SAnitY having their first singles matchup. We've also got a #1 contenders match for the NXT Women's Championship. The build to TakeOver is firmly on, and the matches for it are looking great. And of course, we get to hear from the NXT champion himself later on tonight. Bret Hart there with the elbow on the back. That was great there by Bret. Waited his moment and decided to go after the back there. Helps set up for that sharpshooter, of course. Lio Rush now needs to get in some more offense, I think. Bret's had a bit more of control in this matchup, and that's how to do it. Pele kick by Rush. And he continues going, your leaping cutter as well. Beautiful stuff by Lio Rush. Very quick, very snappy in his moves. Quite the opposite. Well, I mean, Bret Hart's quite the same as well, but in a more technical standpoint, Lio Rush just acting with speed right now on Bret Hart. Bret moves out of the way of that one. Powerbomb. Oh, no. Oh, dumped there. Hot shot it into the ropes. Into that middle rope there. Bret the Hitman Hart knew what he wanted, and he got it accordingly. Great counter there by Bret. There's the veteran-like instincts of Bret the Hitman Hart coming into play. DDT now. Cover on Rush after it. Rush still kicking out very early on in this one. What could we see here? We're going to see nothing as Lio Rush pulls out the reversal. Kicking the gut now. And Lio Rush with a DDT of his own to Bret Hart. Both these men going quite back and forth here in Rush's debut. He's got Bret now. He's got him grappled in here. And Bret showing his expertise there. He knows how to get out of any grappling hold. You can't keep Bret down for too long. And he demonstrated why right there. Great work there by Bret to capitalize right away as well. This is Bret Hart right now at his finest, I would argue. Minus the cheating that I wouldn't be surprised if it comes into play later. Bret Hart is working as the excellence of execution that we once knew him as. And he is taking it to Lio Rush right now. Very difficult debut for Rush. And oh no! Oh, there it is! There's the cheating by Bret. The low blow into Rush. And we know what's going to follow up. This could be it for Rush's debut. The sharpshooter applied onto Lio Rush. What a heartbreaking debut this could be for the youngster if Bret Hart wins by vile tactics once more. Locked in deep is that sharpshooter, and Rush doesn't look like he's able to get out of it right now. He's in huge trouble here. Can Rush find his way out of it? Yes, he can. Great work there by Lio Rush. Finds an opening, capitalizes, and now can Rush get something going from here as a way of getting back into this one? Look at the strength of him. Up on his shoulders in that fireman's carry. F5 by Lio Rush. Oh my God. And Rush now calling Bret Hart to his feet, and he's going to hit that. I forgot the name of the move. Shit. Rush Hour, that's the one. Rush Hour by Rush to get the win here. Bret the Hitman Hart couldn't kick out. Lio Rush counters out of the sharpshooter and hits the Rush Hour to pick up victory in his debut within this universe. Welcome to NXT. Oh my God, no! The debut is short-lived because here comes Big Cass, but Rush will fend off against him. Rush will fight off against Big Cass here. Cass, who of course parted ways with Enzo Amore last week to go about on his own career, and he's looking to try and get his name out there right away by targeting Lio Rush, it seems. Rush, though, fighting back and making it incredibly difficult for Cass to get his name out there. Look at this. Great fight here right now by Lio Rush being displayed even after that match against Bret Hart. What will Rush look for here now? Great leapfrog there over the 7-footer. Leapfrogs him again. Oh, sends him in with a forearm. Big Cass is going to regret messing with Lio Rush. And it seems as if this has not gone the way Big Cass was intending it to go. Lio Rush standing over him right now, and Rush is going to give him a Rush Hour as well. Don't mess with Lio Rush is the message here as Rush Hour strikes onto Big Cass. Wow, what a debut there for Lio Rush. Stands off two men and stands tall in his debut. Big Cass is going to be infuriated with this one. Lio Rush may well have found his first challenge already, and he's only been NXT for the time it takes to brew a cup of coffee, let alone to have one. That was something else. Great debut there for Rush, and maybe we've got something going on between these two men, both looking to get their names out there in the NXT scene. We're going to move on now to our next contest. We saw the debut of Eric Young and Killian Dane last week of SAnitY. Well, here tonight, the man who accompanied them to the ring, Sawyer Fulton, will be in action. He's going to go one-on-one against Titus O'Neil. Well, Titus O'Neil had a stand-up performance last week against Chris Sabin, the leader of the DCC, and he's looking to continue that on here tonight as he welcomes Sawyer Fulton into the NXT arena, into the Hammerstein Ballroom. Titus certainly was elated with himself after last week and believed that maybe, just maybe, he could have had the next opportunity at the NXT Global Championship. Well, Titus believes firmly in his mind, if he's able to beat Sawyer Fulton here, if he's able to prove that SAnitY shouldn't be feared as greatly as they are after what they did last week, then in his mind he sees no reason why Titus O'Neil shouldn't be the NXT Global Champion's next contender. Titus Worldwide taking over NXT, and it's only a matter of time in Titus's mind before it takes over the NXT Global Championship. Titus certainly ready for a fight here, certainly ready to show that he is next in line for the title. But he has got to go through Sawyer Fulton here in his debut. This one could be very interesting to say the least. SAnity's debut, of course, last week, as you saw, was a destructive one. They decimated the tag team champions, American Alpha, Killian Dane and Eric Young. A huge basically a combustible element to combine together to destroy the NXT tag team champions. I see no reason why SAnitY would not be the #1 contenders heading into the next takeover the night before Survivor Series. And here they come. Here's the trio of SAnitY. Eric Young leading them in. Killian Dane there, the one on your left. Sawyer Fulton, the man in action, leading, well, in the back. This is SAnitY. What a debut they had last week. Took everyone by surprise when they showed up here in the Hammerstein Ballroom and flattened American Alpha. Killian Dane left his mark on both men. And in my opinion, American Alpha have walked, they wanted to show themselves to be a strong team, wanted to show themselves to be tough athletes who could take on anyone, great fighting champions, backfired heavily. And now as a result of it, they have SAnitY breathing down their necks just weeks into their NXT debut. This is what we have come to see. This is what makes NXT such an interesting brand. The ever-developing roster. Zbyszko said he wanted to change things around for NXT into 2K18, and he wasn't lying. All these new additions that have arrived out of the blue, NXT shaping up to be a brand of incredible talents everywhere you look. And I, for one, am not against it. SAnitY, ready for this one. Sawyer Fulton, as he spastically spasticates around the ring, is ready for his in-ring debut. Killian Dane and Eric Young will watch on, much the same as Sawyer Fulton did last week in their match. What will Fulton be able to show in his debut? And also, how will Titus be able to fend off this practical 3-on-1 handicap he's got going for him right now? We're about to find out that. Okay. We'll let that out. And the bell rings and we are underway. And oh, right off the bat, Fulton with a clattering clothesline there, taking down Titus O'Neil. But Titus is quick to respond here, quick to fight back early on, trying to use his strength there on Sawyer Fulton. Look at how this guy kind of almost dwarfs Titus O'Neil, essentially. He is a huge man. Sawyer Fulton is, and look at that backbreaker into a power slam. Early on, Fulton demonstrating his power as he lifted O'Neil there with no difficulty whatsoever. In the corner now, oh, running cross body and a running knee there to follow things up. Fulton off to a strong start here as he takes the fight to O'Neil. I mean, O'Neil had a real surprising upset win last week over Chris Sabin. As I previously stated, it was an absolute just shocker to see it happen, and as quick as it did as well. And Titus is hoping to ride that momentum here tonight towards victory. Into the cover now goes Titus. There's the count. Early 1 count there, nothing more. Titus right now trying to use his experience on Sawyer Fulton. Got him locked in that chin lock there, but it's not for much longer. Fulton able to get his way out of it. Getting up to his feet here and elbowing his way out of that move. Turns around Titus now, but Titus does a great job of countering out. Fulton does exactly the same, though, to Titus. Great counters by both men here, and a lovely backbreaker. Let's see what Titus can do now. He's got him locked in here. He's got him brought in his clutches, but Kind of just stalled for a minute, thinking about what to do. Maybe he saw one of the SAnitY members got distracted. Fulton will capitalize. Luthez press takedown by Sawyer. Fulton unloading away on Titus O'Neil. What more will Sawyer Fulton do here? Oh, great counter there by Titus O'Neil, running. Scoop slam there, I think, to counter his way out of that one. And O'Neil now looking for a submission. Oh, he's got that. He's got that grip on that's gone magma. Eric Young getting a little bit more into camera shot just to remind everyone that he is still here. Oh, got him right with that punch there. Did Sawyer Fulton. And now what will he look for? This looks worrying. Got him in for a power bomb, maybe. Oh, God, what a power bomb there by Fulton. Walked around with him as well, just to rub in his power a little bit more. Jumping splash as well. Titus is in trouble now. And the Titus brand looks like it might be having a hard defeat on its hand. Sawyer Fulton just decimating O'Neil at this point now. Just having his way with him. Throwing him around the ring, essentially. Not much Titus can do to fight back right now. Oh, God. Lovely combination there by Fulton. But I think Sawyer realizes it's time to end it. Sawyer Fulton going to look for the victory here. O'Neil is dazed. He's out. He's confused. Gut wrench. Suplex there. Look at how easily he pulls that one off. Slams O'Neil down. And it may be a simple move, but when done by someone who looks like a powerhouse as much as Fulton does, it is a devastating one. A cover and the win for Sawyer Fulton in his in-ring debut. The trio known as SAnitY has a huge following going forward already, and has a huge pair of victories under their belts. And with SAnitY operating the way they can, that tag team can change up any week. Think of it as like Horseman rule or a Freebird rule. 1 week it could be Eric Young and Sawyer Fulton, the next it could be Fulton and Dane, and it could be Dane and Eric Young. Anything could happen here with this trio. They are looking dominant and destructive, and it is victory in this one for Sawyer Fulton. What an in-ring debut for him there. Titus O'Neil, unable to capitalize from his victory last week. Just got absolutely decimated. Watch out for SAnitY, and that now goes to the whole of NXT. Well, there we go. There's victory for them, and coming up next now, we're going to be seeing, last week we saw SAnitY make their debut. This week we're going to be seeing another new tag team make their debut in this universe. Coming up next, the Rated R show will take on that team. The Rated R show are ready for this one. They've had their tag team chances in the past. They've had their shot at American Alpha in the past as well. But now here tonight, it is their job to welcome in another team. But it's also a chance for these guys to have some attention turned to them as well. Think about it, an easy win in this one over this newly debuting team. And things will be right back onto the swing of things. Right back down the road towards another tag team opportunity perhaps. Edge ready for this one as he heads towards the ring. It's amazing to think that with so many talents having, with NXT taking such the change as it did, with NXT completely changing its face up essentially in the wake of this new series of Universe, still to see some talented names around here. Perhaps I guess you could say some old timers in the likes of Edge and Big Show. Kind of nice to see, to be fair. Still shows that NXT knows which grassroots come from. And Edge is going to be ready for this one. And his tag team partner, Big Show, is equally going to be ready as well. Here comes the arrival of the 7-footer, the world's largest athlete, heading towards the ring. And my oh my, does Big Show look in much better shape than we've seen him before. Credit where credit's due. Big Show has really toned himself down. It reminds me kind of like Braun Strowman on ECW, just using all of his weight, I guess you could say, to his advantage now. And this will put Big Show in much better condition throughout the match as well. Perhaps he can last longer in matches. He can cause way more dominance as well because he's all muscle mass now, essentially. This is a good look for the Big Show. And we'll see if it can be used, certainly, to try and get victory for the Rated R show in this one. The Big Show heading into the ring right now. Hammerstein Ballroom happy to see him from the looks of things. Just be interesting to see what Big Show can do in this one. We've seen the entrances of Edge and the Big Show. We've seen the entrances of this tag team. Now meet the other tag team making their debut. I don't know that theme, I'm not going to lie. Oh, well, there we have it. There's the debut. Heavy Machinery. There is the duo. Tucker Knight on your right and Otis. Otis does... Oh, my God. I'm going to get his name so wrong. But you know what I'm on about. Heavy Machinery coming towards the ring here, making their debut on NXT. Tucker Knight there and Otis, I'm going to go with Otis Dozovich heading into the ring, and they are ready for what should be a powerful debut. You think about War Machine, who just made their debut on SmackDown Live this week. This is essentially, War Machine 2.0, their own spin on it, but except aside from how War Machine looks like a bit of a, two kind of powerhouses maybe. One definitely looking stronger than the other in Hanson. This one is just two huge brutes who were able to show incredible feats of power as well. So we're going to have Otis starting this one off. I'm going to go with Dozovich from now on. Could be Dozovic, I don't know. But he's going to be kicking things off here against Edge. And Edge is going to try and make the debut as difficult as possible for Heavy Machinery. Think about it, SAnitY, Heavy Machinery, this NXT Tag Team division just got a facelift, and with the likes of... Oh my God, look at the strength of Otis right from the start there. Dozovich launching him over his head there. Edge just tossed over there like he was a cruiserweight, and went for a splash to follow up with it, but Edge pulled out the reversal there. But I was about to say, you look at this NXT Tag Team division now. DCC, American Alpha, SAnitY, Heavy Machinery, the Rated R Show, the Broken Kings. And I'm sure there's room for more as well to make their name here on NXT. A stacked tag team division, all of those talents could be within a shout of winning the tag team titles at any time. Edge right now, though, really looking to use his experience to his advantage. As this debut for Otis Dozovich not going the best way he wanted it to. Perhaps just wanted to look to try and show off his strength as early as possible. Edge looking to do exactly the opposite. Look at that back suplex there, though. Held him way up in the air for some time. Big Show wanted the tag in. Not going to get it. And Heavy Machinery are going to continue to go to work here on the Rated R Superstar. What's going to happen now? In position, 3-point stance. And a double shoulder tackle there. Strength being demonstrated early on, and the tag is made. Here comes the Big Show. And oh my God, Big Show with is that a running drop kick? But look at how quickly Tucker Knight pulls out the reversal there. That was great stuff there from both men. And Tucker Knight launching Big Show as if he was nothing there across the ring. That is the strength of Heavy Machinery being demonstrated to its fullest extent. Got him up in the air now. Look at the strength. He's got Big Show up and he's holding him there like he's nothing. With one arm as well, Tucker Knight held the Big Show up in the air. This is the domination debut that I think Otis was looking for before he had to make his tag out. This is Tucker Knight proving his incredible strength right from the get-go. But Big Show looking to pull out the reversal there. Looking to stop that in its tracks, and he does so with a running power slam. We're going to see a submission here. Camel clutch by the Big Show. Tucker's foot was in the ropes, but I guess it's not anymore. He just kind of stopped doing that, but great stuff there by Tucker Knight. Another great counter, and the tag will be made into Edge. Tag will be made into Otis as well. Back to the starting lineup, and oh my God, Edge got launched by that shoulder tackle. Big Show sent reeling. Thought Big Show's new physique would have helped him, being able to get something going here for the Rated R Show. It was anything but. What a counter there by Otis. And he's back in the ring now. And once more, showing off his strength there. Overhead, belly to belly, onto Edge. This is a destructive start for Heavy Machinery. There's that deadlift once more. And with Big Show struggling to get up to his feet on the outside, Heavy Machinery could be in position to end this one what could be a great debut, looking to be sealed with the compactor. They nail it. Look at that double team work to finish this one. Big Show in the ring. That's not going to result in anything. That's a win for Heavy Machinery. What a debut for Tucker Knight and Otis Dozovic. Do not bat your eyes off of Heavy Machinery. What an emphatic debut they just had, crushing the Big Show of all people as well. Tucker Knight's strength there being demonstrated. A one-armed suplex essentially. Heavy Machinery get off to the way that they wanted to get off much the same as SAnitY did last week. And this NXT Tag Team division is suddenly having a lot of eyes brought to it and a lot of attention going its way. And with talents like Heavy Machinery and SAnitY arriving time and time, week after week now, you can clearly see why. Great victory there for Heavy Machinery, and who knows, a date with SAnitY could be on its way down the line. We'll see what will happen in regards to that, but as for right now, we're going to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship at the next NXT TakeOver. Coming up next, Kairi Sane and Ruby Riot one-on-one. The winner faces Nikki Cross. Well, here we go. There's a reason why this one was so late in the card, because, well, can you blame us for it? Think about how great this one's going to be when these two women square off one-on-one. Kairi Sane, who made their debut last week in a real strong fashion against Mickie James, and here she is already with a chance to become the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. That just goes to show you that that debut was that emphatic. And as I was saying, this whole change-up of divisions, the NXT Women's division is much the same as well. A lot of the older, I guess you could say the older talents, have been let go in their own right, making room for the new wave of women's wrestlers around the world, and Kairi Sane is one of them, as we're seeing here as she prepares for this matchup here. She's going to be taking on a woman who has had so many opportunities at the NXT Women's Championship, and in her own way, nearly every single time has been almost screwed out of it. Ruby Riot going to come towards the ring here. Regardless of what you think of either woman, regardless of who you think should win this one, you've got to admit that both women have the talent to win it. And it's very interesting that Ruby Riot has managed to lose all of her tattoos on the way to the ring. And she's also managed to lose the most of her attire. That just goes to show you how great Logo Manager is in this game. Spoilers, it doesn't work. Ruby Riot heads towards the ring. Like I was saying, there's so many opportunities. I think she's had 3 chances now at the NXT Women's Championship. One of them was a totally fair loss to Nikki Cross, if I remember correctly. The other 2 were multi-women matches in which Ruby Riot was not pinned. Remember back to episode 200 especially, and TakeOver Brooklyn actually on both accounts. Ruby nailed the finishing maneuver, only for Nikki Cross to run in and steal the pin after it. The animosity between these two women is reaching a boiling point, and you can tell Ruby Riot will do whatever it takes to get her hands on Nikki Cross. She should also try her best to get her hands on the rest of her tattoos and the rest of her attire as well. That would probably help, but mostly Nikki Cross. And if Kairi Sane is able to play spoiler here tonight and cost her that opportunity, I couldn't think of anything that would break Ruby Riot more than just that. Great start here by Ruby Riot. Counted back there by Kairi Sane. Trading back and forth right now in this collar and elbow tie-up to get things underway. Kairi gets away out of there. This is a great start by both women. And oh, yanked on the arm there a little bit, and that could be an opening there for Sane to take advantage, and it will be. Russian leg sweep. Woman who made her debut last week beat Mickie James in quick fashion. Now already, as I said, being granted a great opportunity for her career. The chance to go right after the NXT Women's Championship. Put her right in the back there. And a great counter there and a Russian leg sweep of her own by Ruby Riot. It's so weird to look at her without those tattoos and the rest of her attire. This game is fucked so badly. Ruby Riot right now, though, going after the arm there of Kairi Sane, perhaps trying to make sure that if Sane looks for that elbow drop, it is going to cause incredible pain to her and discomfort. Ruby Riot, meanwhile, just going about her own business. Lovely drop kick there. And she is continuing on, maintaining control right now in this one. Got her hooked in. Russian leg sweep there. Trapped the arm as well. Not too sure what the reason is for going after the arm so many times. It's not as if it's, any of Ruby Riot's finishing maneuvers involve the arm. She got the eat defeat, of course, and I think the other one was a shining wizard. Ruby Riot looked for something there, but it was very quickly countered. Kairi Sane now. German suplex, and Riot crashed down hard on the mat there as a result of it. Great dodge there by Ruby Riot, and comes flying in there with that drop kick connecting on the money. Kairi Sane now reeling a little bit from it. Great back and forth by both women. Lovely work there. Look at this though. Flips out of one and goes right into the German suplex. Kairi Sane read her like a book essentially and was able to counter her way out of it. Absolutely perfection. But Ruby Riot pulls out a reversal of her own. Incredible back and forth by these two women right now as they fight for the right to become the #1 contender. Kairi Sane's NXT career is young. She has got a lot of chances ahead of her in the future. Ruby Riot has had so many chances at this point. She would do anything to get her hands on Nikki Cross once more. There's an elbow drop from the top rope. Riot into the cover. Going to try and become #1 contender. And it's a very early kick out. Back to the top rope though. Goes Ruby Riot right away here. Riot now. Frog splash! Thing of beauty there. Caught it on the money. Cover on Sane for the #1 contendership, and Sane kicks out at 2. She was close. And Riot knew she was close as well. Counter by Kairi Sane there though. This could be an opening for her. Oh my god. We are seeing Suplex City here from Kairi Sane. Another German suplex. What will Sane look for now? Riot had a great chance to win the match. She just couldn't put it away. Up on his shoulders now in that Death Valley driver position and going to be hung out to dry on the ropes there. And look at how Sane just capitalizes right away here. Got her in position for an Alabama slam. And we know what she's going to look for to follow up after it. To the top rope she goes, looking for the elbow drop. And she gets... Oh no, she doesn't. She didn't jump far enough. Sane misjudged her jump there. Of all things to go wrong for Kairi Sane, that was one that she didn't need to happen. And that could be a great opening for Ruby Riot, which it is. Riot with the counter, looking for something there. Countered by Sane. Another German suplex. Riot's head and neck has got to be screaming in agony at this point. Sane now will go to the top rope again. She'll look for that elbow drop once more. Riot in a much better position this time round, and she gets it to become the #1 contender. 1, 2. Kairi Sane was almost there. Kick out at 2, and look at Riot. She's up to her feet before Sane is. This is incredible. The fight back by Ruby. Anything to become the #1 contender. Anything to get her hands on Nikki Cross. Absolutely phenomenal to witness. Arm drag there. What more has she got in mind here? What more can she bring out of herself to try and become the #1 contender with? She's going to go for it. She's going to nail it. In defeat by Ruby Riot. Look at how quickly she struck with that one. No time for Sane to recover. Planted down with the boot in the jaw. And this could be her calling to get Nikki Cross one more time. Sane kicks out at 2. She was so close there. Oh my god. This has been so back and forth. It's been incredible from both women. Another elbow drop. Another cover by Ruby Riot. Desperation sinking in now as Riot looks to become #1 contender by any means necessary. Counter there by Kairi Sane. Decked is strong with that punch in the face. Michinoku driver to follow up into the cover. Looking to become #1 contender. And still Ruby Riot showing her heart and her determination by kicking out there at 1. What a back and forth match this has been. Nikki Cross, wherever she has got to be paying attention to this one and realizing that these two women will do anything to fight for her title. Sends her into the turnbuckle. What's Sane looking for here? Off the rope she goes. Oh my god, big running forearm by Sane. Staggered and dazed right now. Riot still fights on though. This is just something else to bear witness to. The fight from both women. The refusal to stay down. Riot waits on the top rope, and oh, she got that. Barely got that missile dropkick, but she connects with it. Another cover on Sane here, and still, Kairi Sane's kicking at it too. Is there anything these two women will do to keep each other down for a 3 count? Uh-oh, this could be it. Big power bomb by Sane. Plants her down in the middle of the ring. Sane should spend less time taunting and more time looking for the win here. She's crawling right now, is Ruby Riot. But she may not be crawling for much longer. Kairi Sane with the opening. Nope. Riot denying her that top rope opportunity. Getting up to her feet as quick as she possibly could manage. And Riot ducks the punch. She rolls up Kairi Sane to become #1 contender. Will it work? There's 2 kick out. That close again. Oh my god. So many near falls in this one. This is incredible to watch. Leg drop there by Ruby Riot. And a second one follows suit. Say what you will about either woman. They are showing just how badly this chance and this opportunity means to them. Powerbomb there. You saw Sane move in midair and turn Ruby Riot away from the ropes. And now she's going to look for something big here to perhaps try and become #1 contender. Spear by Sane. She prepped herself up and Riot never saw it coming. This could be the be-all end-all. This could be the heartbreaking loss for Ruby Riot. With 1, 2, and 3, Kairi Sane is the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Oh, that hits hard for Ruby Riot. That has got to hit like a ton of bricks. She wanted to become the #1 contender more than anything, and Kairi Sane took it from her here tonight in an incredible contest. Sane will face Nikki Cross in one of in only her, well, it'll be probably by at that point maybe like her 5th match in NXT, but the championship still on the line. The chance still there for her to become the champion. Dismay and just heartbreaking defeat for Ruby Riot though. And now I wonder what she'll do going from here. What do you do when you've essentially hit rock bottom? I don't know what Riot will do, and I feel really sorry for her, but still, Nikki Cross and Kairi Sane a takeover, shaping up to be an incredible match like we're going to see coming up next. NXT Global Championship up for grabs. Tyler Bate challenges Kurt Angle. What will happen when young meets old, when new meets the established, I guess? The Olympic gold medalist versus Tyler Bate. This one is going to be a great one, and the Global Championship is on the line. You can feel the crowd getting ready for what promises to be a great contest here. Tyler Bate, the challenger, will head towards the ring first with another title opportunity not too long after his first one. Bate had an opportunity, the NXT Championship, the same night Kurt Angle won the Global Championship. So both men here know what it's like to challenge for titles, know what it's like to give it their all on the same night. And this one will be a great battle of respect, I believe, between these two men as they look to become NXT Global Champion. In case you didn't see last week's NXT, Tyler Bate was just on the strings of defeat, and it looked as if by no means whatsoever was he going to get the win over Cedric Alexander. But somehow, Bate found a way to fight on. Bate ended up being victorious. Kurt Angle was so impressed by it, he couldn't let Bate fight the #1 contenders match. He wanted to fight Bate right there next week. And at that point, Kurt Angle was sealed on that belief. And Angle wanted to put his NXT Global Championship up for grabs. And now we wait on the arrival of the champion. And here he comes. Kurt Angle gonna come towards the ring to put his title on the line. The crowd in the Hammerstein Ballroom on their feet. Here he is, your NXT Global Champion, The pyro flying everywhere. And what a gorgeous belt that is. Always a lovely belt to look at. Changed up a little bit as well, the design has been. So it makes it, I mean, it just looks that bit better, to be fair. And here he comes. Will Kurt Angle be able to fend off Tyler Bate here? His first title defense was against Pete Dunne. He overcame him with relative ease. No, he didn't overcome him with relative ease. He overcame him in a tough contest. Now can Angle do the same against Tyler Bate here to retain that NXT Global Championship? And you can tell Angle believes this is an honor, really, to hold this title. He loves to hold this title as opposed to viewing it as a demotion as Bret Hart saw it. Angle takes pride in being the NXT Global Champion, and he wants to do his very best to continue to promote that belt and show it to be the, I guess you could say, the real wrestling belt of NXT. This one is going to be a good one, that's for sure, as these two men get ready to square off with the opportunity to become global champion. The crowd is ready, I'm ready, the NXT general managers are ready. This one is going to be good. Tyler Bate in the corner. A youngster with a grand opportunity to win his first title within this universe here tonight. Can he overcome the wrestling machine in the same way he was able to overcome Cedric Alexander last week? Maybe so, but Kurt Angle is such a great competitor. Kurt Angle is precision within that ring. Arguably one of the greatest wrestlers within that ring we've ever seen. And Kurt Angle will prove his worth here tonight, prove why he's NXT Global Champion as he looks to defend that championship. And you can see Angle's honor and privilege to hold that title. And that is a very honorable thing to look at, a very respectable thing to look at as well. And the title shown to both men as we get underway in this main event. Title up in the air. Who's going to walk out with that NXT Global Championship? Will it be the challenger Bate? Will it be the champion Angle? We're about to find out. This main event is underway. This is going to be a good one. Bate wanted to get into a collar and elbow tie-up with Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. Far from the smartest idea, and the referee just letting it go, and they break on their own accord. A clean break as well to get things underway here. Bate is outmatched in a lot of ways. Physically, he is way smaller than Angle. And he definitely doesn't weigh as much as Angle either. When it comes to grappling as well, which is one of Bate's strong standpoints, Angle's got him covered for days. An Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. Bate's got to use his speed, he's got to use his heart, and he's got to use what brought him to that victory over Cedric Alexander last week if he wants to be in a good shot here of winning tonight. Great drop kick there to Angle. And that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to work through on Angle here, capitalize on Angle's momentary lapses of concentration, which are very few and far between, and just try and use them to guide his way towards victory. Angle early on looking to take flight here. Kurt Angle up on the top rope, went for a frog splash. Bate saw it coming, moved out of the way. He'll go to the top rope now, but Angle getting up to his feet there. Oh, this looks dangerous already. Up on top. Good things never happen on the top rope. Bate, though, fighting his way out of it, showing his fight early on against Angle, who hits hard onto the mat. And a moonsault by Bate will follow it up. Beautiful stuff there from Tyler Bate. He'll continue on here. Look at this now. Got Angle brought in, using all of his strength to hit that overhead suplex there onto the Olympic wrestling machine. Went for the flying forearm, mistimed it though on Angle. Lucky to still be up on his feet right now. What's Bate going to be in for? Oh God, sent over his knee there. This is a very competitive matchup right now between both men. Neither man giving an inch in this one. And I think that is what is making it that bit more competitive. German suplex. Gorgeous bridge by Tyler Bate. But Angle is out early at one. That was like a snap German suplex as well, more so than anything. Absolutely incredible to see. But look at how Angle, one little opportunity to make his way, to make a move strike, and he gets it with that DDT to Bate. Bate out at one, but still Angle left a hell of an impact with it. Got his chin lock stitched in deep now on Tyler Bate. He's keeping Bate down now with fairly unorthodox moves from Kurt Angle. A little bit more striking than what they are grappling, but great reversal there from Bate. Gets himself out of whatever Angle was looking for there. Off the ropes now, and another German suplex. One of Kurt Angle's specialties being struck against him. And look at the respect from Bate there, giving Angle time to recover before continuing on with whatever he was looking for. Got up against the ropes now. Oh my god, Bate, what are you looking for? Clothesline over the top rope. This one's gonna hit hard. This one could backfire. Bate gonna fly. Suicide dive to Angle. Take a look at that impact. Angle, I think, his shoulder certainly smashing into that barricade there. And Tyler Bate all of a sudden has got a great chance of becoming... Oh, maybe not. Maybe I jinxed it. Angle with the reversal. Angle was the one who took the suicide dive, and he's the one up on his feet right now, but not for much longer. Tyler Bate pulls out the counter now and dumps Angle on that steel barricade. Bate and Angle showing for a second there. They'll go to any lengths to try and win that Global Championship. Respect is there from both men, but if they need to do whatever, they're not afraid to bend the rules a little bit, I guess, to get the win. It ain't DQ if you use those barricades, which both men know to be a fact. Look at the strength there of Bate to hit that on Angle, but it tired it out Bate as well. Taking some time to recover there. But he's still right in the money here. 450 to Angle. Bate into the cover right after it to try and win the Global Championship here. Looking like he could be in within a shout, but oh my god. Bate with a measure of disrespect there. Perhaps Bate thought he could have won it. And is wanting to deliver more impact to Kurt Angle, and he's doing that right now. Angle is unable to fight back here. That suicide dive maybe could have really changed the outlook of this matchup. No, Angle perhaps playing possum. There's the counter that we were expecting, and there's Angle going to work. A perfect belly-to-belly suplex, and now Kurt Angle can make Tyler Bate pay for his mistake. You don't disrespect Kurt Angle, because he can come fighting back with just as much power. In fact, even more maybe than you expected. Powerbomb there by Angle. And the punishment is continuing on here. Welcome to the Triple Germans of Kurt Angle. There's the first. There's the second. And here comes the third and final one. 3 gorgeous German suplexes for Bate to endure. And it wouldn't surprise me if we're about to see something to end it all off. Angle in position here. Another big blow to Bate's head. He's almost just wearing down Bate right now. Tyler Bate could have had the opportunity to put that match away after the springboard 450, but he got cocky, he got confident, and Angle's going to make him pay for it right now. Now giving him almost a wrestling masterclass, but there's the counter by Bate to get out of it. Great stuff, and look at that suplex there. Amazing T-bone by Bate into the cover. There's 2. Angle kicks out. Bate thought he had it as well. But he's still continuing on right now. Bate going to go to the top rope here. Calling Angle up. Will this backfire for Tyler Bate? He'll fly. Clothesline. Sends down Angle. What a match this has been. Counter though by Angle. Angle will turn around Bate and capitalize. Angle slam. Right into the cover. And with 1, 2, Kurt Angle retains the NXT Global Championship in a hard fought contest. That one really could have gone either way. For so much of that match, Angle retains the title, and look at this to finish things off in this matchup. A show of respect for the champion. And what a main event that one was here on NXT. Bate showed his worth, but still making almost young rookie mistakes that cost him in that one. Kurt Angle retains his NXT Global Championship, but Tyler Bate proves that he is always there and he is ready to go up to the next step and ready to make a name for himself within NXT. Great stuff by both men, and I cannot wait to see the next time Kurt Angle defends that NXT Global Championship. Maybe it's going to be up against the likes of maybe Lio Rush after what we saw here tonight. We just got to wait and find out what will happen there. But now we're going to move on to... Alright, I was about to say we're going to move on to hearing from the NXT Champion, but speaking of the NXT Champion, something's happening backstage. Oh no, Corin's here, and he's getting into it with Okada. We got to go backstage now. Oh my god, here we are. We're catching this backstage right now as it's happening. It seems as if he blindsided him in the parking lot, maybe. And now they're just brawling throughout it. Corin's got Okada in his clutches, and he's just launching him around here. Clearly, losing that NXT Championship matchup a few weeks ago has struck a chord within this demented man, within this man who'll do anything to try and ruin NXT. And do anything to try and benefit his own cause. Okada, though, fighting back right now against Corin, but not for much longer. There's a counter again by this man. What will he do? Oh my god, no. No, don't do this. No, don't do this. That's right, I think that's Okada's car as well. Corin looking to make life worse, even worse for the challenger, for the champion even. Powerbomb onto the windscreen of Okada's car. Corin with no care whatsoever for Okada. Oh my god, he's not done. He's not even done yet. That was Bahor. He's just launching the NXT champion around right now. No one's going to stop this. Why would anyone want to stop this man? He lost it a long time ago, and he is on a one-man wrecking crew against Okada. There's no way Okada's fighting back from any of this. He just got laid out on his own car. The NXT champion, who was here to talk about the future of NXT, who was here to talk about what's going to happen, has had that spoiled now by this man to feed his own ego. Things are far from done between these two men, and Corin will make sure he has the last say in it all. Okada's got nothing left in him now. Corin lays him down. Corin seems awfully smug about what he just did. But that's a scumbag move if I've ever seen one. And that coming from a scumbag man himself. Corin and Okada have barely scratched the surface with one another. There is plenty more to come in this one. Hopefully we'll get it sooner rather than later. It seems as if we might be looking at your TakeOver main event. That'll end this episode of NXT prematurely. Not the way we wanted it to end, but the way we're going to have to deal with it. Corin's here, and he's here to stay, it seems. And he's here to make Okada's life a living hell until he gets that title. That'll end this episode of NXT. See you on Monday for Raw. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.